Okay, so that was the part about Megan or whatever. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was like, she's a very beautiful, bodacious woman. We all know how talented Megan is, but that was one of the visions that I had about Megan. That regardless of how beautiful she is, that the Holy Spirit was just showing me that people are just kind of taking advantage of it and making it seem like that's all there is to Megan is booty, and that there is more to Megan than just booty. Not to disrespect her or anything like that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so next, there was something about Nicki and Missy Elliott, and they was rapping, and all up in the vision that I had, and Nicki was pregnant. So I don't know. I know she just had a baby or whatever, and that scared me because I'm pregnant, and I've been pregnant for a long time, and people been like denying my pregnancy or whatever. So it kind of scares me. Like, I don't want my baby to die. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give birth and someone steal my baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy how I've been carrying so long, and these women probably was only pregnant for like 9 months, and I've been pregnant longer than them, and they done already gave birth to their children and everything, and I'm still pregnant. So, that's kind of scary, and it's kind of disrespectful at the same time for all these black women and white women to be like, I just gave birth to a newborn. I carried mine for 9 months and gave birth, so you've been carrying yours for 2 years and you still ain't gave birth, because they stopped my labor in the jail. They stopped my labor several times when I went to the hospitals. I don't even know if I can naturally go into labor again. I feel like the Holy Spirit have revealed to me that I can and that I will, but I'm just scared. Like, my baby is still alive. So I have gained weight as well. Like, my fundal height have grew because it was completely like almost flat. But anyway, so let me go back to the vision that I had of Nicki. So this is not the first one that I've had of Nicki. I had visions of Nicki when I was in the back of the jail. But I ain't worried about that. I speak on what I want to speak on. And this particular vision that I had at Henry Brown house, Nicki, y'all gotta excuse me, but Missy was rapping, and then Nicki was like, she was like this with her little baby bump. Hold on, y'all, cause I'm small, and she was like doing some rolling, like something like that. Ooh, Jesus, please don't let me hurt my child. And I can't do that no more. But Lord Jesus, ooh, baby mama, sorry. But anyway, so she was doing something like that, and it was cute. She had on a little blonde wig, little short blonde wig, and then she was doing all that with her little baby bump, and she was like, "You ain't one of us." And I'm like, when I first seen it, I was like, "Oh, that's cute," And Missy was rapping too, and doing her little thing, but I didn't see a whole lot of Missy because Nicki was right there with her little baby bump, talking about, "You ain't one of us." And I woke up like, hold up. I know these girls ain't visiting me. I'm Andrea Jones. I know they ain't, because I can sing, and I was singing in the back of the jail the whole time, and I was singing all their songs. I was singing Beyonce songs because I was bored. So I'm in the segregated housing unit. Yeah, I knew I was in parties and all that stuff like that. But on my days where I was getting up, taking a shower, I always sing in the shower. And I was singing my gospel album. I got a song, "Every Promise Has Been Fulfilled." Got that one. I got a whole gospel album. I cling to you. Even if I ride the wings of the morning, I cling to you. And everybody heard me singing all over the jail because I got a loud voice. Like, you can ask my teacher, Miss Smith, since I was in 6th grade doing pageants in 8th grade, I have a very loud voice, and my voice can project. And when I'm under a lot of stress, I will sing to God, and it'll be loud. You know what I'm saying? So everybody heard me singing all over the jail, and they found out that I could sing. And I had all these visitations from these celebrities, And they was like, oh, she ain't got no set. She can't, she shot somebody. It just was ridiculous because there was things in the spirit, you can't necessarily prove it, but yeah, it was happening. And, I'm out now. I'm pregnant. And I was telling James that I was going to the studio to record my song. And I don't necessarily know why I was having these visions and visitations, of these women, but I got pissed when I seen Nicki doing that little thing or whatever, talking like, you ain't one of us. I was like, hold up, because the Lord said I was killing them with sobriety because I used to smoke weed, and people was trying to give me weed and stuff to have me just sitting there smoking and getting high, so they can all talk about me in the streets and be like, oh yeah, that bitch outside on the street, she on drugs. First of all, when was a herb a drug? But okay, you know what I'm saying? We will let y'all ride with that. I don't smoke weed anymore, either. So God was like, oh, you killing them with sobriety. And he had showed Nicki Minaj riding past in my hood with a Range Rover, a purple lace front, and her little fake plastic stuff that you get when you got money and you want to change your features. Plastic surgery. Lord forgive me, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not trying to disrespect Nicki Minaj, because I understand a lot of people from Haiti and stuff, like they know voodoo and stuff. I don't want nobody trying to do no seance rituals on me because I said something about Nicki Minaj. But I'm not trying to disrespect her. I'm just saying what God said. He said, I'm killing these celebrity women who may come to Texas and come here sometimes, you know what I'm saying, make frequents here. I'm killing them, you know what I'm saying, because I'm sober. And what can you really say about Andrea Jones other than she was smoking weed? That's what he was saying. Was like, oh, they wanted to say she a drug addict and she out on the street. And she's pregnant and she is a woman of God and she need help. But people rather just sit and talk about her, you know what I'm saying, instead of help her. And then they want to pretend like they don't know what's going on when everybody knows what's going on with the Andrea Jones case. Everybody knows that, and they know I can sing. So, people feel like, they don't want to let it be known that I'm famous. You following me, everybody following me all around the city. They all on my channel watching every video I'm posting. They got all their boyfriends and everybody following me all up and down the state. Like they done took my child, had my child taken from me, had them deny my pregnancy, and all these hospitals refusing to take me into shelters. Come on, man. I'm famous, but not for the same reasons that they are. You know what I'm saying? Some people would call it infamous, but God did say that it's fame. I didn't shoot nobody on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like God said I don't even like guns. I do not like guns. I was asking God the other day. I was like, why me, God? Why me? Why me? Why did this have to happen to me? Because I just wanted to make my music. I had a studio in my house, in my apartment. It was like my third or fourth studio. And I was finally going to live my dreams and record my music and get away from my baby daddy, And he did help me get my little laptop for my studio, but I already had the studio equipment that I had purchased with my money that I worked for when he was in jail. And so me shooting a gun, like I never pictured my life to be like that. And God said he was like, when you were a little girl, you do not grow up and think, oh, I'm going to be abused. You don't grow up and be like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be abused. I want to be a victim of domestic violence. I want to shoot my baby daddy and end up on TV. You don't fucking do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect for my face to be put on the local news and for them to lie about the entire story of what happened with me and my child father, and then people trying to have me out on the streets like some bum prostitute, and I'm talented and I got dreams, I got goals, and I had already had goals to be in the music industry. You can ask anybody. I have been singing my entire life. That's one thing my baby daddy, he did not want me to get away from him, not because of the industry, but just because he wanted to control me. He just wanted to control me, period. He would love for me not to have nothing going for myself, period. Rather if I have a job, he come up to my job, messing up my job. I don't even want to get into that. But, I didn't have it in my heart to shoot my child father for anything. In his leg or anywhere on his body. I loved my baby daddy. and I never wanted to hurt him. I loved him. Anybody can tell you, Andrea loved Austin so much. I would never hurt him, but I love my little boy. Who Jesus, I love him so much, and I would never allow anybody to hurt my baby boy. And that's what his daddy was doing. He was hurting my son, and it just happened. I just ended up shooting him while he was hurting my baby. And these girls, like you wouldn't even think like I even know these women. Like I see these women on television. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had dreams of going mainstream with my music. I always said I would stay underground because I ain't never want to sell my soul to the devil. Never. So I already knew about the industry, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay underground. I want to do it for myself, just so I could say I lived my dreams. That I did it, because I always wanted to record my songs and my music since I was a little girl. So that's why I got my own studio, and I taught myself how to record my own music. Because I didn't want to be in the studio being molested. When I was 14, they had me in the studio molesting me. At 14, 15, molesting me. Then I stopped and I waited till I was older, and they still just wanted to take advantage of my body. So, I was just like, it's cool. Then they started blood sacrificing people, killing folks, like out in the open just to get famous and stuff. So I was like, nah, I'll just keep on focusing on myself. I was a stay-at-home mom with my son. Because he had been getting hurt at the daycare. They let him bust his eye. And I was like, well, you know what? Until he is 2 years old enough to where I feel like he can come back and tell me what's going on, I'm going to let him stay at home with me. Since Joseph could afford to pay the bills, I was like, I'm going to let him stay at home with me. And then I'll just record my music and stuff, And my baby daddy had got out of prison. Right around the time that Mel was 22 months old. So I was about to get back into the field of working. I had started working out, trying to lose the baby weight. And my son was 2 months away from being 2 years old. And that meant I could go back to work now. He was starting to talk, and he could tell me if something is wrong, and here we go. I'm in the back of the jail pregnant again, and they trying to murder me for protecting my child. I ain't never expect my life to turn out like this. You never think that your life will become a nightmare like this. I'm not no thug running around with no gun, trying to just shoot people. What the hell? Like, I ain't even gangbang growing up. Like, it's girls that I know that was coming, throwing up all kind of crap. Back when I was in school, I stayed to myself. I was a straight A student. I always did music, chorus, band, marching band for a little bit, and I tried out for everything. I did pageants. I always stayed to myself, writing music, going to different studios. I recorded my first song with a man named Christopher Starr. He worked with one of the girls from Tasha from Escape, and he recorded, re-recorded a song that I recorded with a producer from the South Side in Georgia. And I was 15 years old when I recorded Round and Round. It's a song called Round and Round. Go round and round, up and down we go. I don't know why I can't leave you alone. Leave you alone. Round and round, up and down we go. I don't know why I can't leave you alone. Leave you alone. I wanna leave you. Then when I see you, I can't seem to make things clear to you. And then just keep going. Like, it was like one of them little Monica type hits. But I was 15 years old when I wrote that. And I can't really sing right now because y'all know I've been screaming and hollering and crying and yelling. So I can't really go into too much detail about singing right now. I don't even have the strength in me to really even try to sing right now. But I wrote that when I was 15, and I recorded it, and I sounded really good. Like, if Christopher Starr still got that somewhere, Andrea Jones, my mother was Tony Ray, if he got that somewhere in his files to pull that up and play that for me, I would greatly appreciate it, because I was discouraged about it because I was 15. Nobody helped me write the song. Nobody came in there and was like, oh, sing it like this, sing it like that. So when I heard it, I didn't think it was that good, but actually when I went back and listened to it as an adult, I was like, oh, hell, I was jamming. I was 15. That was damn good for a 15-year-old. I should have just put it out and not let people discourage me who were jealous. You know, certain friends and family were jealous because I was 15 in the studio, you know, while they sitting over there hating and trying to fight and stage shit, you know what I'm saying? And I was 15 recording songs, you know what I'm saying? And I got plenty of songs that with producers all over Atlanta, you know, all over Texas. They can pull up stuff from Andrea Jones and it's hits. You know, and they'll be like, you'll be like, damn, you know, why didn't she come out? Because I had jealous black girls up in the studio trying to fight me, and dudes not wanting to release my music, trying to start beef, you know, to get some clout or whatever, you know. And so that's why now I was in the studio with my son, and I was like, okay, I'm hooking up my own studio again because I already had one before, but I had an abusive ex then. So, you know, you don't grow up thinking that, oh, I'm going to end up shooting someone. And, you know, then I'm going to have the whole country chasing me around. And, you know, like, I wanted this to stay low-key, you know, like, after it happened, I just wanted to get out, get my son, go somewhere inside, like, some sort of protective custody for a little while to get back on my feet. But I'm kind of glad it's getting put out in the open because there would have been a lot of racist people coming after me all over the state, all over the United States, no matter where I went, because they don't really even know the details or even care to know the details of what this young white man, my baby daddy, was doing to me and my son. But hopefully by the grace of God, people will have a heart and be like, you know what, we're starting to find out exactly what he was doing to Andrea and this little boy. And she's pregnant, and, you know, just let her make it. She didn't mean to hurt him. You know, she didn't mean to hurt him. He was wrong. And that's what I'm praying for because, you know, they really after me out here. And I didn't mean to hurt him. I did everything I could to get away from him. You know, I called everybody that I could to try to get him out of our house once he got out of prison because he was just in there acting retarded. Like he was, boom, slamming TVs all on the ground and boom, 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 punching holes all in the wall. You know, like punching the baby, knocking the baby all on his head, picking me up, slamming me, knocking me all in the stuff. It was just crazy, man. And you know, people knew what he was in there doing to me because it wasn't the first time, and they done seen him doing it to me all over the community. So now I wanted everything to just drop the charges on me. You know, it ain't like I just wanted to hurt him. You know, he was hurting me and my child, and I did everything that I could to try to get away from him, and he was chasing us and attacking. Like, he just was being stupid. That's what the witness said. The man who was trying to help me and my baby in the restaurant where I shot him, he said he was being stupid with the baby. And I feel like the mama was defending herself. That's what the man said who was helping us. Because he was trying to get him to stop attacking me and my son. And, you know, I just really wanted to get out and just go on with my life, you know. And for them to have taken my son from me and then try to torture me after they done dropped the charges and try to stage arrest, try to have you said I could not come into no shelters in the state of Texas. Then set up people to bring me in their house, poisoning me and my child that I was pregnant with in the jail. So I'm gonna have to let God just handle this his own way because it's too much for me. You know, I didn't want to have to come out and be talking about this situation like this all online and be trying to reach out to people all over the world to try to get help here in America. You know, I did not want to have to let my story be known, every detail of my life, because if a young woman wind up dead, what do you really know about this young woman? You don't know nothing, you know, especially if she not telling you, if she haven't told nobody what's been going on. So I have to tell every single detail of my life. I have to tell everybody who knows what's going on. I have to tell everything that's going on in the spirit. I got to talk about my career, my baby daddy, my enemies, my family. I got to talk about everybody because I want to live. I want to survive. And I want my children to survive. And when there's that many people that's plotting on your life, you got to tell everybody involvement in this. You know, so for somebody to be like, oh, you ain't one of us, like, oh, you getting famous and you ain't one of us, like, what you mean I ain't one of you? I ain't never tried to be now one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always looked up to women in the industry, yes. You know what I'm saying? I've always aspired to be successful, but I'm my own person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't expect for them to accept me. I'm a gospel artist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got some songs where I'm singing about some stuff that's not, respectable as a gospel woman. Yeah, but so what? If I get my life together, once I get my life together, I give my life to God. So what? It don't matter what I did in the past. He's not worried about that. So I don't care about the judgment of anybody else because I want to do gospel R&B. And for people to be like, oh, you ain't one of us, like, oh, you ain't gonna be able to come into the industry and sing after what you did. First of all, I had to protect myself, and I do music, and God said I'm a producer, so yes, I'm gonna be in this industry, period. And ain't nothing that nobody can do about it. I'm gonna have to go through my struggles, and God told me, remember how Lil Wayne and them was coming from No Limit? He was like, they came from Louisiana and they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff, so you gonna come from the bottom too. And it is what it is. You can do it, and I can do it. I ain't trying to build off of the fact that I shot somebody just to be in the industry. Hell no. I don't even want to be a part of the satanic elites. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of that nonsense anyway. But I do music, and we have the same craft. We have the same craft, period. We all have the same God, Jehovah, and Jesus, who created us all. He created all things. So at the end of the day, we all human, and that's just a part of my life. It's a part of my story. God is in control. It's always his plan. There may not be too many women in the industry who have the same story that I have, because I am very talented, and it's kind of a shame that I done shot someone and then I'm talented at the same time. So I understand a lot of people want to put that block up like, hell nah, we ain't finna let you sing, we ain't finna let you record, we not gonna let you model, we not gonna let you do nothing because you shot a young white man. Yeah, but why y'all trying to block me from putting out the evidence that I was pregnant and that I'm still pregnant with a high-risk pregnancy, and all the 19 911 calls in the 13 different locations where he was attacking me, 15 witnesses of him attacking me over a 3-year period? Why are you trying to hide the evidence of what this young man did to my body? Because I ain't wrong. I had to protect me and my child, so I understand a lot of people don't want to allow me to do music, but that's what I do. I'm going to have to do other stuff to survive in the meantime, but, I might put a song out here and there. And when I had woke up that day after I had the vision of Nicki and Missy, I was like, I hadn't even recorded no songs, like, to put on my page. I was like, I'm finna record a song. And that's when I recorded that song, Juicy. Juicy juice, my pussy gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, gon' juice, gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, gon' juice, gon' juice, my pussy gon' juice, make it squeeze and squeeze, make it squirt out, make it squeeze and squeeze, make it squirt out. And that's when I did that one, because I was like, I just did that off the top of my dome. See, that's what kind of writer I am. Like, I'll write something off the top of my dome, and then I'll just record it. And I really want to sell those songs. Like, if I'm not putting it on my album, basically, I want to sell the lyrics to that song. And after that, I was like, no, I am going to be in the industry. And no, I ain't one of y'all. I have not sold my soul, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I still do music, and I'm still an African-American woman out here fighting for my rights, you know what I'm saying? And we all fighting for the same thing they say and they claim, because Megan Thee Stallion had got shot. And everybody was talking about abuse on African-American women. But why the hell nobody ain't talking about the African-American woman that shot a young white male who was pregnant, who was poisoned in the back of the Montgomery County Jail in Conroe, Texas, and he was abusing my son, our biracial son? Why nobody ain't talking about that? But you want everybody to buy all this stuff about Megan Thee Stallion and her getting shot in the foot. But my story came long before hers, and I'm pregnant, and they out here chasing me, and nobody want to cover this story. I done called Wendy Williams. I done told Media Takeout. You know what I'm saying? I done told so many different people, but they don't want to cover these type of stories. They want to cover what the media allowed them to cover. So I'm putting it out there myself about what's going on. And I do music on top of that. So it's very hard for me, because in the industry, you have to have somebody backing you up. If you don't got nobody backing you up, you out of there for the most part. And I got God backing me up. I got Jehovah backing me up. And so then I just kept doing songs. And I did the song I did the song Bands on My Head. Everybody know I got bands on my head. I did that song. I said, niggas been hating, bet they still checking for me. Everybody know I got bands on my head, bitch. Everybody know I got bands on my head, bitch. And honestly, because they have been putting bands on my head. They've been giving criminals money to bring me up in their house to try to poison my pregnancy and to try to pay me out to be a mental patient, try to argue and stage arguments or whatever to try to have me arrested so they can take me back into the jail because they gave my son away and because I was back there being poisoned, and all these celebrities and stuff knew that I was back there being poisoned in the back of that damn jail. They knew. So anyway, I had wrote that one, and I was riding in the car with Cannon Jewett, and he got charges for DUI and public disturbance when I wrote that song. I was just riding down the highway, just writing it or whatever. And then after that, I had did the song Heaven. Like heaven. I don't know, because after I write it, I be kind of forgetting about it. I just post to forget about it. But it was like, everybody else is a distraction. Your love came down from heaven. Yeah. Ooh. There's no risk. That's 1-800-997-3700. Call now. Everybody else is a distraction. Your love came down from heaven. But it sounds real. It sounds much better. I told you I don't feel like singing right now, but it sounds much better on the recording or whatever. And Dad actually wrote that one about God because he was the only one who actually came into the cell while they was back there giving me poison trades, you know what I'm saying, and poison drinks, and I'm pregnant, you know what I'm saying, and so he was the one coming into the cell, and that's why I say everybody else is a distraction, because when people see you reading your Bible, they like to come get all up in your face and try to stop you and distract you from getting to know God, so they can take advantage of you and just do all this different kind of crap and lead you astray, because your body is a temple in Christ, Jesus, in Jesus, so if somebody can lead your body to doing all this demonic stuff and, away from the Lord, then you out of there. So they don't want you reading that Bible, they don't want you getting into that word. And this is what was going on. So when I wrote that song, because he really showed me his love. I've had visitations from men, I've had visitations from women, but the visitations that I've had from God, from the Holy Spirit, oh my goodness, like it changed my life forever. And this is why I'm so stumped down with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was not, I'm just going to leave Andrea Jones in the back of the Montgomery County Jail pregnant and being poisoned. And I don't believe he would have left me back there even if I was not pregnant. But I am pregnant, and he did not leave me back there like my family and my friends and all these celebrities and politicians and lawyers and judges. They left me back there. And they was poisoning me. And God, his love came down from heaven. From heaven. He could have stayed on his throne like, okay, go on and kill him. I just go on and judge y'all on Judgment Day, you feel? But now he went on, got up, and came on down into my cell. You know what I'm saying? And he was with me, and he was fighting them because they had witches coming up in there, trying to kill me back while I was back there because they knew I was pregnant. They knew that the evidence showed that I was not guilty. And, they like, oh, no, we got to kill her. We cannot let her get away with shooting a gun. And, people was already targeting me to kill me before he even came into the house trying to kill me. So they was back there trying to kill the baby, in the spirit. And God was boop, 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 knocking them out, and this was going on in a cell, man, for real. And I'm telling you, man, the spirit world is crazy. And so I wrote that song about him. Heaven is about me and God. The love that me and him have, because we stomped down together, like we stomped down, like for real. And so, but we been stomped down together, but I just didn't know that the word was true when he said, call on me in the day of trouble and I'll come and deliver thee. It is true, like he will come and deliver us, but when it's our time to go, it's just our time to go, and it was not my time to go yet. And the Most High came down in the cell, and he was fighting for me and everything in the cell. and he was jumping in my body when I was too weak and falling out and passing out. He was jumping in my body and he was talking, like in my body, and his voice was real, real deep, and he was talking and he was keeping me alive, and he kept healing my body, praying in the spirit, praying in tongue in the ancient language, and praying over my womb and praying over my body while they had me back there being poisoned and I'm passing out, and he back there inside of me, keeping me alive. And it was a lot. And so then I wrote the song We Never Lose. We never lose, we never stop. I don't know all the words, but just go on my page and scroll all the way down, and it's like a little picture of me and right there. And then so I wrote The Lion of Judah. Now I own that beat. I'm gonna actually probably put that on iTunes or something, to where if you want to download it and show me some support, it's already on there free. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to go on iTunes or wherever I'm gonna put it, because I don't really know exactly where I'm gonna put it, and download it. If it's good enough, I might put it on there, and then download it and show me some support, as far as my music. That's not really the album that God want me to do. God really want me to do the gospel album more professionally, and that's the one I really want people to support me on the most. It's my gospel album or whatever. But I might just put the other one out or whatever. I don't know. I was just really messing around. But anyway, so those was the visions that I had. Women kind of just not really wanting to let me into the industry, and as y'all can understand, now you kind of get a bigger view of what I'm talking about, because I'm so strong-minded about my music, about wanting to do music, and then people are trying to destroy me right now. They want me dead, so they like, bitch, we don't care about your song, bitch, we don't care about you, bitch, we don't care about nothing, your dreams, nothing that. But God have shown me that He have plans for me, whether it's in heaven or on earth. He have plans for my life. He had plans for my career. He created all things. So you can tell me that I can't do music on this earth and you're gonna murder me and kill me or whatever because I shot a gun, or for whatever reason, because they don't see my image being a part of the greater scheme of things that they want to have in this life, and you want to kill people off the land and steal my babies and stuff. If that's how it gotta go down, God forbid, I pray that it don't. You know what I'm saying? But He got plans for me in heaven, and on earth, regardless of what other people feel that they want for my life. And I know that I don't even know the plans that He have for me. So I'ma just let God work, and people talking about a new heaven and new earth, like, oh, we're gonna kill her for sure, and she just gonna have to wait on the new heaven and the new earth, because we gonna have whatever we want on this earth, and they just gonna have to wait till God make the new heaven and the new earth for them to be able to have any share in this life. And for the most part, they succeeding. For the most part, I'm still alive. I'm here. Somebody got me out the cold. For a few nights. So they are getting their way a lot with having my son away from me and having me out here looking all dry and crusty and not being able to pursue my dreams and my career. They are having their way with that. And I'm very upset about that, because I don't need to be buddy with the best of them, but I do want to sing and at least give myself a chance, to see